new location because I'm on vacation, and I didn't mean to make that rhyme, so that, I guess that worked in my favor. But what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chanella tuning in, currently from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Today we're talking about my 2025 social media predictions, and I am feeling pretty optimistic for the new year and also kind of scared. Just a disclaimer guys, I'm in a whole new location. I don't have half of my filming stuff with me, so just if the audio is just terrible on today's video, please just try to bear with me. All right, just bear with me. I really wanted to get this video done nonetheless. So let's get into it. Now, with the constant changes coming to the social media landscape, one really must ask themselves, what should we expect to see next year where our social media apps are concerned, especially if you are doing business on social media, or if you're looking to reap a lot of benefits from social media to grow your business, to grow your reputation. I want to dive into 4 of the main social media apps that we tend to gravitate to in today's day and age for business, and those are Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I also will sprinkle a little in about LinkedIn, because LinkedIn of course is more B2B centered and career building centered, and I feel like it's still a space that we need to watch, especially when it comes on to appealing to a greater audience. So I'll touch on that for a little bit, but for now we're gonna start off with the most headache inducing social media platform since the last 4 to 5 years, and that's gonna be Instagram. So my first prediction is interlocked with, honestly, another social media app, TikTok. Now, if you are pretty much familiar with the social media space, or just any idea of what's been going on in the US, you would know that TikTok is currently facing a ban, meaning come January 19th, if they don't win their appeal, the platform TikTok will be banned in the United States of America, which means that United States citizens will not be able to download the app anymore. And because of this allegedly impending doom that will be coming to that platform, I'm predicting, and I've already been seeing it, where a lot of creators on TikTok are migrating to Instagram. They are looking to set up their communities there or ramp up their communities on Instagram. Now, what does this mean for you as probably a micro influencer or a business owner? This basically means more competition, more saturation in the markets according to your different niche. It doesn't necessarily mean it puts you at a disadvantage if it is that you're able to remain relevant to your audience. So expect to see a lot more of TikTok style videos on Instagram in 2025, just because as these TikTok creators are looking to ensure that they don't go bankrupt, that they actually have an income, they're going to be creating TikTok style videos on Instagram in order to maintain their audience. I can't tell you what that means for their financial income, but I can say that that looks like a bit more competition for persons who are primarily on Instagram. So make sure you look out for that. The next thing that I'm predicting in 2025 where Instagram is concerned is more integration with AI, especially from a meta especially from a meta overarching standpoint. As you guys may know, Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, owns Instagram, and already Meta has been rolling out a lot of AI centered products. I can't remember what the glasses is called. We are already seeing, when you go on Instagram, the AI bot that's asking us what we want to search for, what we want to do. I am predicting that we're going to see a more ramped up version of this, probably towards certain business features like the shop, probably towards search, and probably to enhance the explore page some more. So that will be pretty interesting. Let me know how you guys feel where AI is concerned in today's world, where on social media a lot of people are finding it more easier to use because it makes their workload easier. A lot of people are also thinking it's taking away from their originality. But let me know what you think in the comments box down below. But keep an eye out for that, for Meta to roll out AI functions that will inevitably, also affect how you use Instagram and probably the speed at which you can communicate online. I also see Instagram doubling down more on features that are centered around building communities. I get a great sense that for them, if you can keep people staying in the app, if you can keep people talking on the app, then that's what will give you an edge, even if you're in business. And so I definitely see more features being rolled out to enhance your chat, to enhance group discussions on the platform, and of course to appeal to a greater audience. The last prediction I want to share with you for Instagram is the way by which content will appeal to customers from business owners. User generated content is going to grow. It's going to continue to be a major type of content that sells a lot for businesses, more than organic posts coming from the business themselves or sponsored posts from influencers. I want to also tie in that maybe micro influencers will also be more effective to the ROI for businesses more than larger influencers. And the reason why is because time and time again we see a lot of customers complaining about the inauthenticity of large influencers. And when you see an average looking Joe come online and talk about a product, maybe someone that maybe someone that isn't, in your opinion, swayed by financial gains, for some reason in your mind you just feel like you can trust that person more. And user generated content, which is content basically coming from users of your product or influencers, which oftentimes are micro influencers, using your product and giving an honest review, I believe that will be a more stronger way of generating more customers using digital marketing than paying this large influencer to talk about this product for you, just because people feel like the smaller you are, the more authentic you will be in your reviews, the more real you look to that average person. And so pay attention to that if you're in business, if you have a product-based business and you're looking to tap into getting influencers to talk about your product. I would say go with micro influencers who are within the niche of your product, so that you are basically on the safe side, and see how that works for you, especially when it comes on to the feedback that you may get. Do not think that large influencers automatically mean a larger ROI. It really doesn't work like that in all cases. Now let's talk about TikTok. Now, earlier I mentioned that TikTok is facing a ban in January. Now what does this mean? This basically means that no new users will be able to download the app in the United States. And because you're not able to download the app, the existing users will also not be able to update the app. And eventually it's going to be too much of a risk where security is concerned, and it's just going to eventually water down and trickle out until you can't use TikTok anymore. Now, personally, I feel like this ban is going to be overturned. Personally, I believe that TikTok will stay, but we will see where that goes. Now, if TikTok isn't banned and it still remains a platform, it will remain one of the biggest platforms to date, and we will continue to see more and more average Joes becoming more micro influencers. I believe TikTok is really impacting how people use the internet and share their life stories. You're gonna see more and more video-based content being rolled out than photo-based content. You're gonna see more average individuals just deciding to get up, share their lives. And this can be both a good and a bad thing, because the more people move towards something, is the greater the competition will be. But at the same time, especially if you're in business, you get the opportunity to have a wide pool of, let's say, micro influencers that you could reach out to basically review your product and tell their own community about your product. So that could be a good thing. The beauty about TikTok is it gives you a strong opportunity to really capitalize on storytelling. Storytelling content tend to perform the best on TikTok. This looks like, you get up, well, you're using video form based content. You're probably showing a day in your life, but at the same time you're talking about something that you may be going through. You're talking about the way in which a product helped you. You're talking about how you started your business as a business owner. These are the type of content that really resonate with people, that people are paying attention to. TikTok in 2025, if the ban is upheld, will also continue to double down on long form content, which will help to enhance storytelling. Unlike Instagram, which is sticking to short form content, TikTok is expanding how many minutes someone can post content on their platform for. And this is going to be a very unique way to see how long form content on an app like TikTok versus short form content on Instagram operates, and how people gravitate towards it. But I really believe that because people lounge so much when they're on TikTok, if you can position your content in a form that tells a story and have depth and length to it, you will not only retain more people, but you'll also build a community of people who consistently wants to hear more of these stories, and the more they want to hear these stories is the more they'll begin to care about you, to care about your product, to care about your service. And so your position as a business is not supposed to just be this very rigid corporate type of positioning on an app like Instagram. You really have to almost become a human being. Like, your business have to literally become a human in order to thrive on TikTok. And the type of content that you're going to need to capitalize on, especially in 2025 and going forward, has to be focused on storytelling in a very creative way. Okay, so let's move on to probably my favorite platform and the one I probably use the most, YouTube. Now, YouTube has always been known as that platform that accommodates long form content, and it will continue to be the platform that accommodates long form content in 2025. I forgot the source, but YouTube was actually listed as the top platform for TV viewers in 2024, which shows that more people are watching YouTube on their TVs than they're watching Netflix, than they're watching mainstream media, which is crazy. And with the podcast niche blowing up and more people sitting down to have long form conversations, the industry itself has just been expanding, and I do predict that in 2025 that's going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to see more influencers diversify their content, and this one is coming up with a video podcast, this one is sharing more longer form content, and people are going to continue to gravitate towards that. I think one of the reasons why viewers love long form content is because the longer someone talks is the more you feel like you know them, is the more you continue to see their personality really come out. And when that's consistent over a period of time, as the viewer, you begin to feel like, oh my god, I know this person, I'm really close to this person. And so I really think that's one of the main reasons why long form content really is so successful. We also see YouTube creators doubling down on let's say showing more of their lifestyles as well. Let me see if I can literally explain this in a way that Latasha James has explained, which resonated with me. We all know that AI has really taken over a lot on social media. For education-based YouTubers, a lot of times the content that you publish are SEO-based, search engine optimization. This means your videos are looking like how to grow your business, how to grow on Instagram, tutorial for. It's a lot of very easy search terms. We call them keywords. And these are the type of things that you would research and see that your customers, your prospective clients are searching for on Google. So you create a YouTube video around that topic so that your video can rank, so that people can find you, so that people can make a purchase from you. It's kind of like my channel, just like, you know, previous videos on my channel where I'll say how to grow on Instagram. These are all SEO rich type of content titles. Now with AI coming into the picture, and you being able to go on chat GPT and type in how do I grow on Instagram, AI is using the content that comes from our videos, the content that are posted on our blogs, the content that comes out of research paper, the content that are published through new media outlets. It's using a combination of all these sources to give you the answer in literally less than 2 seconds. There's no way a YouTube video can compete with that. And so with that being said, it doesn't mean that YouTubers are going to stop producing SEO based content. I think, as Latasha has said, you're gonna see more YouTubers who are mostly focused in the education side also diversify their content. So now someone who you're known to just sit down and look at you in the camera like this, all of a sudden they're gonna be creating vlogs. They're gonna probably have a podcast. They're gonna, you know, create content in a new way, in some form of maintaining the originality of their own information to you as the viewer. And so you're gonna see more that type of diversification within, I believe, education based YouTubers. We're almost through, guys, with these predictions, because now we're going to be talking about X/Twitter. Now Twitter has gone through quite an evolution over these past couple of years. You guys may know, if you were keeping up with the news and just social media, that Twitter is now owned by Elon Musk, and he renamed and rebranded to now being X. Now 2024 was one that was pretty interesting because the US had its presidential election, and a lot of people thought that Kamala Harris would have won. However, Donald Trump won. And if you don't know, the owner of Twitter/X, Elon Musk, he is very good friends with Donald Trump. Good to the point where Donald has elected him to be kind of like the head of this new government organization, which is basically focused on government efficiency and just, you know, the whole works. Basically what I'm saying is the owner of X is now very, very into and influenced by politics. And with Donald Trump winning, we have seen an exodus of some sort of Democrats who have begun to leave the platform, and they're now moving on to this new platform called Blue Sky. You'd think they'll move to Instagram's Thread, but they moved to Blue Sky. Now, my prediction where this is concerned for 2025 is that you will definitely see more conservatives talking out loud on X. You will see more politics/news based type of content on X. I believe X was rated as the top social media platform for news, actually, for news consumption, and I think that's going to continue to grow in 2025. I can't it's so weird because I can't really tell how much more the platform will evolve. I just feel like it's going to be that main, and still it already is that main platform where anyone can just go and just share their opinion. It's going to be a very unfiltered type of platform where you can go share what you think, and I believe Elon Musk is going to continue to make that platform remain the way it is. What does this mean for your business? I would say, depending on the type of business that you have, you may want to pay attention to X in the sense of staying up to date with information. If you are a writer, if you have a blog, you can still thrive on X. This is a good opportunity for you to start having new conversations with your community on the platform. So do not run away from it just because it's more news based now, and you know, politics are trickling in. don't run away from it, because as much as how it may look like, oh, there's this great exodus and people are leaving X, a lot of people are still on X today. So I would not give up on the platform, but I do predict that it's going to definitely move in that direction as a some sort of credible news source, if you would call it, for basically all that's been happening. And we definitely want to pay attention to that space to see how it will change over time. Now, I mentioned at the start of the video that I wanted to just touch on LinkedIn for a little bit. LinkedIn is that platform for building your career, for building a reputation, a personal brand, and also for business to business connections. The platform has been trying to attract younger users, and we see this through them, bringing in a video feed that's very similar to, I want to say, YouTube Shorts, where you can now post short form content. And we see these younger users on LinkedIn, kind of tapping into that space. I think they're going to continue to maintain that feature and try to refine it even more. I suspect that LinkedIn will become a version of Twitter, based on how the direction it's moving in. I don't think LinkedIn will primarily only be text based anymore. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 2025 social media predictions, especially for business owners. I think we should remain optimistic. I think there's tons of opportunities out there. I don't think any market is too saturated. I think what we need to focus on is how we can be different to appeal to our prospective clients. And when we stay in that frame of mind, we'll stay more motivated and we'll continue to think creatively than to block our minds from, oh my god, there's tons of people already doing this. You still have a place, and you want to always think that way. Social media can be unpredictable, so always remain open-minded to things changing. Be flexible enough to adapt to new features and new trends, because we as human beings, even our mindsets change from time to time. So we can't just think everything will remain the same on social media. It's really a playing field that you have to learn how to adapt to. So try to stay up to date with all the changes without getting too overwhelmed. Make sure that you're using a workflow that is realistic to your routine and your lifestyle, and take it one day at a time, one platform at a time. And of course, if you guys need any help with building out your strategy for 2025, you can check out this video on my channel. I'll link it in the description box below, so that you guys can be properly equipped and ready for taking on social media marketing the right way in 2025. You can reach out to me by visiting any of the links in my description box, and don't forget to leave a comment on this video to let me know what you think, and also which platform you're going to be focusing on the most in 2025. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and if you liked it, please hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would love to have you part of the fam. I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy holidays by the time you watch this. Yeah. Bye.